Today I'm going to show you how I crochet the thermal stitch. I use this stitch in my new Universal Dishcloth pattern, which you can find for free on my blog. This stitch is a really nice, sturdy, thick stitch. It's really good for a dishcloth or a pot holder, trivet kind of item. It creates basically a double layered fabric. So I will get started and show you how to work the thermal stitch. So you're going to need a crochet hook. I use a 5mm with my worsted weight yarn. If you're using a thicker or thinner yarn, obviously you want to pick a size hook that matches the yarn you're using. I'm using Dishy worsted weight cotton yarn here, which is a really lovely cotton yarn from Knit Picks or We Crochet. This is my favorite cotton yarn to use because it's actually quite soft. I find a lot of cotton yarn is really stiff and hard to work with and also splits a lot, but this is a really soft yarn and it doesn't get split when you work with it. So I'm going to start off here with a slip stitch, and then I'm going to just chain however many stitches I need for my project. For this tutorial, I'm just going to do a few to give you the idea of how to work this stitch. Alright, so I've got a short chain here. Now to start, you're going to be crocheting into the second chain from the hook, so that's this stitch here, and you're going to be going into the back bump of the chains. So see how this side is sort of the flat V stitches, and then on the back there's a bump from each chain. So you're just going to single crochet into the back bump of each chain, starting from the second one from the hook. The first couple rows of this stitch can be a little finicky, and it takes a couple rows to really start to see the stitch take shape. Alright, so once you've single crocheted in each chain stitch, you're going to chain one and turn your work. Now, the thermal stitch is rather than working on the top of each row, you're working using the back loop and the loop from the row prior. So you're basically going to be like tilting your work sideways so that the back of your work is kind of facing up, and you're going to go through the back loop of your first stitch here plus one of the loops from your starting chain here. So you've got two loops that you've gone through, and you're going to pull the yarn through and single crochet. So I'll show you again. You're going into the back loop of the previous row as well as the loop from the initial starting chain. So I'll do that across the row, and this is our first sort of setup row for the thermal stitch. Alright, so I'm done that row. Again, I'm going to chain one and turn and have that work facing upwards. So I've got the back loop here as well as the front loop from the previous row that we skipped when we were doing the back loop of the row we just completed. So again, you're going to go through the back loop of the current row and the loop from the row below that. And you're just going to single crochet again across the row. There we are. I'm done that. Gonna do another chain and turn. And we're gonna be, again, working through the back loop and the front loop from the row prior. So as you can see, since we're working the 2 rows together, it's basically creating a double knit or a double crochet fabric here. So it creates a really nice thick fabric that is great for something where you might want to protect yourself from the heat, like a pot holder or trivet, or in this case, I'm using it for a dishcloth pattern, and it just creates a really nice sturdy dishcloth that would be good for, you know, hard, tough scrubbing, that kind of thing. So yeah, I hope that this tutorial has helped you figure out how to do the thermal stitch. And I'd love to know if you use it for any projects going forward. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.